Muy buenas a todos, soy Ángel y os doy la bienvenida a un nuevo capítulo de The Cat Lady. Bueno, en el último capítulo habíamos conocido a esta anciana que nos había propuesto vencer o capturar a 5 parásitos y con esto podríamos ser libres. Vale, apagar la vela. ¿Eh?
They left me no choice, Alice. Maybe one day you'll forgive me.
See how easy that was? Now, head back to the field. You've got a job to do, Susan.
Vale, tenemos aquí Vale, aquí con la vela había que hacer un sacrificio de vida, apagando la vela. Y apagando la vela hemos visto que ese hombre se ha suicidado.
What the? How did I get back here?
Y luego hay que hacer un sacrificio de sangre. Y me imagino que para hacer el sacrificio de sangre tendré que usar aquí la palanca. Tendré que volver a la cabaña y con la palanca abrir el tablón y activar la máquina esa. Y con esa máquina algo de sangre conseguiré. A ver si está por aquí. Vale, aquí está la cabaña. Vamos a entrar. Vale, tablones. Tirar. No soy tan fuerte como para sacarlos con las manos. Vale, hay que mirar a usar la palanca. Espera, a ver. Usar. Vale, examinar. Bueno, a ver, examinar. El letrero de debajo dice: peligro interruptor de energía de emergencia. Está oscuro adentro. Toda esta sangre alrededor del agujero. ¿Alguien se lastimó aquí? Meter la mano, pero es que me estoy imaginando lo que va a pasar. ¡Oh! ¡Ay! Joder, le han cortado la mano. Pero bueno, vaya forma más original de meter los créditos.
Yes, I do enjoy fine art. Thank you for noticing. There's a certain raw beauty to it that modern painters often fail to recreate. I always wanted to be an artist myself, but it'll be a long time before I can call myself that. I often say that patients are my canvas, but my job is more about restoration, obviously. I look at the damaged human minds and bring them back to their former beauty. I'm sorry, I'm probably boring you.
No, it's not that. It's just... It's been a difficult couple
Bueno,
of
ahora
days.
estamos aquí en
I'd really like to go home.
en la consulta de un médico en un manicomio.
Of course, and go home you will. As soon as we've done this little assessment, okay, you probably know how it works. I've read in your file you used to be a nurse.
Yes, I know very well how it works. You want to check if I'm nuts.
Well, I wouldn't use that expression, obviously. But yes, we have to make sure you're safe and figure out how to help you. Also, as a nurse yourself, you know there's always paperwork involved. These forms won't fill themselves. Honestly, Susan, you have nothing to worry about. This is just a formality. I could tell straight away that you are not nuts.
Fine. What would you like to know? I will answer all your questions. Then I'll go home, take a long shower, and catch up on sleep.
Wonderful. Let's see then. Where do we begin?
She's awake, Doctor.
Good evening. It's good to see you awake at last.
Bueno, supongo que esto
You're
es
in the Cedar Lake
un
Hospital.
flashback
My name is Andrew. I'm one of the doctors.
de lo que le pasó cuando era,
Could you confirm your
cuando
name
era
for me,
enfermera.
please?
Bueno, Susan Ashworth.
Susan Ashworth.
Hello, Mrs. Ashworth. I'm glad to see you're all right. You're on the ward now. Your condition is stable. I can see your brain functions just fine and there's no permanent damage of any sort. We've checked your internal organs and they're fine too. You're a very lucky lady, Susan. You might experience extreme tiredness and lethargy for a couple of days, but that should soon pass. I would advise plenty of rest now. The nurses on this ward will take it from here. Please let them know if you need anything. Take care, Mrs. Ashworth. Please, don't try to speak. What did you say? Don't worry, Mrs. Ashworth. Your arm is fine. No. There was nothing wrong with your arm, darling. Now calm down.
Ah, vale, esto es
Would you
después
like me to get
de
you some water? Let me
de
get
que
you
le
a
cortaran
drink.
el brazo.
I'll be back in a second. I'm sorry, Susan. Did I wake you? I have to take your blood pressure. 2 seconds and I'm gone. My name is Liz, by the way. I'm sorry. I know this isn't very nice. Believe me, I hate waking people up just for this. But being a nuisance is part of my stupid job, unfortunately. Oof, I hate this place. Tell you what, Susan. Can I call you Susan? So anyway, I shouldn't say it, but you know I'm going to anyway. You are so lucky. It's crazy. You doing what you'd done, and her walking in, seeing what she saw. That was a chance. 1 in a million. I'm not making any sense again, am I? I'm tired. They're working us to death here, you know. Modern day slavery. One day I'll tell them what I really think. I swear I will. And here it is. You've got the blood pressure of an 18-year-old. Just wanted to say you're lucky, I think. And that I hope
Bueno,
you've
parece
changed your
que
mind
Susan
about
está
some
bien.
things. Got to go, but I'll see you later. You take care, sweetheart, yeah?
Bueno, es decir, que no podemos morir, pero sí que podemos sufrir daño o amputarnos los miembros. ¿Eh? ¿Pero cómo es que la lámpara se mueve sola? ¿Pero qué? ¿Pero por qué me ha quemado la lámpara?
Bad dream?
Yeah, a really bad one.
I knew it. I could see as soon as I came in the room that you were having a nightmare. I guess I shouldn't have woken you up.
Bueno, no entiendo por qué hay partes que no están
What
traducidas.
was it about?
Bueno, la enfermera ha dicho, he venido rápidamente cuando parecía que era una pesadilla. Me quemaba viva.
I was burnt alive.
Actually, it reminds me of something that happened
La
the other
lámpara se
day.
movía sola y se quemaba viva.
There was this woman on the emergency unit, and she really wanted to smoke, you know? But they wouldn't let her, of course. She wasn't well at all, not just injured, but not right in the head. She was on 10 litres of oxygen through the face mask. She had to stay in bed, she was told. But she wouldn't listen, of course, and as soon as they'd left, she lit up a fag. The whole room went up in flames, and so did she. I guess you didn't really want to know that, did you? That's just me and my big gob. Typical. I never know when to shut up.
Bueno, ¿cómo se llamaba?
What was your name again?
I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? I always do that. So sorry, Susan. My name is Elizabeth. But you can call me Liz, like everyone else.
You're here a lot. Every time I open my eyes, I see you.
They make auxiliaries do crazy hours here. Seriously, I feel like I've got no life sometimes. I'll be here till the morning. To be honest, I keep coming here to hide. Please don't give me away. I just want to rest my legs for 2 minutes, that's all.
What happened to me?
Well, how much do you remember?
I took some pills, and I fell asleep in the chair. I remember how the room kept spinning around me slowly. I felt so calm, and then...
Bueno, voy a decir que desperté en un campo de
all of a
cebada.
sudden, I was on the field of barley. It was great at first. I felt happy. I was free. But it soon got worse. There was this tunnel, but there was no light at the end of it, only darkness. Then I got lost in the woods. There was my dead body hanged on the tree, a burning car, and a crow, and a deer. I heard something behind the trees, but I didn't dare to look. Then I found the house. The old woman who lived there, I think she was Death. Or maybe she was the devil. I'm not sure. She said they call her the Queen of Maggots. She said I should go back, gave me another chance. And so, here I am. Weird dream, eh?
Bueno, le he hecho un resumen completo de todo lo que ha pasado en el capítulo 1.
It's not impossible.
It felt real, but it was just a dream. Can you now tell me who found me and what happened?
Well, your body went into a coma. You were lucky she came home and found you. I told you that before.
What? Who found me?
Your daughter, of course. She called an ambulance. If it wasn't for her, you would sure be dead now, Susan.
My
Como que
daughter?
tiene una hija.
Yes. Why? Why'd you look so pale all of a sudden? Susan?
I don't have a daughter. Whoever she is, she lied.
But why would she do that?
How should I know? I was in a coma, apparently.
So she lied. It doesn't change the fact that you owe her your life.
I was fine. I didn't ask for any help. Sorry.
Bueno,
When
¿cuándo
will
me
they
dejaré
let me
en
go
ello?
home?
I'm not sure. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. Look, I shouldn't say that, but you seem like a nice person. I feel like I should warn you. There's this doctor here. They call him Dr. X. He's a chief of psychiatry in this hospital. You won't be able to go home until he's talked to you, and he's really good at getting into your head. You know what I'm saying? He will ask you a lot of tricky questions. But he's a really great guy. You should trust him.
Bueno, este Doctor X debe ser uno de los parásitos. Pues, a ver, cuéntame más.
Tell me more about this Dr. X.
His name is Xavier Zellman, but everyone just calls him Dr. X. He comes on the ward often, usually late in the afternoon or in the evening. I personally really like him, but you hear all sorts of stories in a place like this, you know. I don't know what to believe anymore. All I know is he's been very friendly and supportive. Some doctors won't even say hello to you, but Dr. X usually stops and asks how I am. He knows I have some problems. He can see I'm not happy here. He actually offered me some free weekly sessions. I think I might take him up on his offer.
What are they saying about him?
Oh yeah, they say he's a big flirt. Nurses, cleaners, patients. He doesn't care, as long as they're wearing a skirt. One girl I knew, Linda, I heard they had an affair. Stupid girl. Well, she left, and I never saw her again. Now why do you think that is? Dr. X got her knocked up. They covered it up and quietly got rid of her. Probably paid her some money. I don't know how these things work, but it must have been enough to shut her up. I bet he'll be more careful now. But I can't really say a bad word about him, personally. Well, one thing. Maybe. Don't laugh, okay? He's got a weird smell.
What do you mean?
He smells funny. I don't know. Maybe it's just bad aftershave. Or maybe it's something he eats.
Oh, thanks for the warning. I'll try not to get too close to him.
Parece que
Now that I
huele,
think about it, there's
huele
something else
extraño.
too. I'll tell you this, Susan. He starts talking to you, and you just open up and tell him everything. It's very odd. I don't exactly hide things from people, but he got some really private stuff out of me. Really private. You know what I mean? Things I wouldn't tell my mother about. And we haven't even started those sessions yet. So, be prepared for that.
Bueno, el Doctor X tiene que ser uno de los
It's a bit too
parásitos,
late for
seguro.
me to hide how I feel now anyway. I think I made it very clear when I swallowed those pills.
Voy a hablar de la hija.
Did you see this
Bueno, o la,
daughter
o la
of
supuesta
mine?
hija.
No, sorry, Susan. Apparently she came in the ambulance with you, but then she remembered something and had to go. I think someone mentioned she went in quite a hurry.
Of course she did. She was worried I'd ask her what she was doing in my flat.
Saving your life?
Do I really have to give her a benefit of the doubt just because of that?
One would assume so. That girl is a hero. Maybe real heroes always leave before their identity is revealed.
Or she was a burglar, attempting to steal from me.
That's a possibility too. Have you got anything very precious in your flat?
Maybe.
A ver, ¿cuánto hace que estoy aquí?
How long have I been here?
I was told you arrived at the hospital at 7 in the evening. You had a cardiac arrest in the ambulance. They had to resuscitate you. Your heart stopped beating for nearly a minute, but they managed to bring you back. You went to the intensive care unit where they gave you a dose of antidote and pumped your stomach. As soon as your condition was stable, they brought you on this ward. It's called Dime Ward. I call it Die Ward because all the patients who come here want to die. It's a suicide watch unit. That's why it's so strict. You have to be careful. Nurses here are trigger happy with the sedatives.
Bueno, creo que voy a dejar...
I'm
Estoy
tired.
cansada, ahora
Let me
déjame
sleep
dormir.
now.
Fine. I'll see you again. Be careful who you trust here, Susan. They will be watching you.
How do I know you're not one of them?
You don't. But do I really look like a bad person to you?
I don't know. Maybe not.
I'll see you tonight. Remember what I said. Dreams are just dreams. But when they turn into nightmares, it's good to have someone there to pinch your arm and wake you up, right?
Ese golpe... Bueno, volvemos otra vez a la oficina.
We'll start with a little chat about your
Bueno, a la consulta del doctor.
I want you to be as honest as possible. It's important if we want to get to the bottom of your problem. Count to 10 and tell me when you're ready, Susan.
Doctor X. Ah, este debe ser el doctor. Bueno, este es el doctor, básicamente. Bueno, lista para hablar.
This isn't all about whether you're nuts or not, like we said before. It's about finding what has caused how you're feeling now and creating a working solution. In order to achieve that, I need to get to know you better. Can we talk about your childhood first? Your parents. When you're a child, your life revolves around them. What was your father like? Did you have a good relationship with him?
Bueno, nos dan varias opciones, voy a decir que no.
No, he wasn't a good father to me. He was a cold, scary man. Had this wall around him. I could never talk to him about anything. He wouldn't understand. He'd just punish me instead. Maybe it's his fault I got some wires crossed in my head, because he never loved me. I've always wondered what it feels like to have a loving dad.
Maybe it's not too late to fix things between you two.
It is. He's dead. Cancer. 6 years ago.
I see. But it isn't too late for you to put things right in your heart. Have you forgiven him?
Bueno, sí.
Yes. What happened, happened. I see no point in blaming him forever.
Good. Clearly you closed this chapter in your life. Holding a grudge against your father would be holding a grudge against yourself.
How did you get to that crazy assumption?
Your father is a part of you, whether you want it or not. Children subconsciously copy their parents' behavior and recreate it later in life.
I'm sorry, but I have to disagree.
Why does that upset you, Susan? This isn't something I just made up. These are scientific facts which have been tested and proven over the years.
If you say so, fine.
You haven't really forgiven your father, have you? That's what it's all about.
I said fine.
This is definitely something we have to work on in the future.
Bueno, la enfermera dijo que el doctor
Let's
X
talk about your mother
te
now.
podía sacar
What
los
was she like? Would you care to tell
tus
me
secretos
about
más
her?
inconfesables. Voy a poner que era una madre maravillosa, a ver.
I can't complain. My mum was great. She brought me up well. Me and her, we were like best friends, like soulmates. We did everything
Bueno, y
together.
ahora la madre tiene una imagen mucho más amable.
She passed away 7 years ago. When Dad first got diagnosed with cancer, it was too much for her. He kept pretending he was fine, but she just couldn't take it. Her heart gave up. She died quickly. My father kept fighting it. Another 8 months of illness and intensive chemo finally beat him, though. He thought he was unbeatable, but he wasn't.
Okay, I'm beginning to get a better picture. That's enough about your parents for now. Let's take 2 minutes, and we will talk about something else.
I need to get out of this place. I hate hospitals. Besides, I really want to go home and forget all about this.
Bueno, estamos en el hospital, tenemos una pulsera. Es una pulsera de hospital. Tiene mi nombre, mi fecha de nacimiento y el número del hospital. ¿Cómo podría esto ayudarme a escapar de este horrible lugar? No hay nadie aquí a quien se lo pueda dar. A ver, mirar debajo. No hay nada interesante debajo de la almohada. Solo mirar esta almohada me hace imaginarme cuánta gente habrá muerto con la cabeza apoyada ahí. Estoy segura de que fue lavada muchas veces desde entonces, pero aún así me da escalofríos. Ahora que lo pienso, yo misma casi muero aquí. Espera, de hecho sí morí por un momento. ¿O no? Reloj, examinar. Las agujas están paradas a las 10:08. Seguro está roto. O quizá solo necesitaba baterías nuevas. Bueno, hemos llegado aquí al hospital. Y hemos visto al Dr. X. Vamos a guardar. Vale, guardamos. Guardamos y lo vamos a dejar aquí. Si os ha gustado el vídeo, dadle a like, suscribiros si no lo habéis hecho, y nos vemos en el siguiente episodio. Adiós.